strength, you know.
I don't feel weak. I mean, I have my moments where I do get weak, but like I can go through the day with waking up. I mean, I still have problems getting out of bed. My stomach still is bothering me. I'm sure I'm still healing. It's been 6 weeks since the surgery. But I mean, I don't feel bad. I mean, I do feel that I lost the weight, and my GI was telling me that, you know, one of the symptoms or the signs of Crohn's is weight loss. He says, and you lost a lot in 6 weeks. So, like, I'm taking it easy, but he does want to start me on treatment. And he did say the word surgery, and I was like, are you trying to tell me that I'm going back to surgery? He says, no, we want to prevent another surgery. So, I mean, I'm taking it day by day. Like I said, I see the surgeon tomorrow, and whatever he says will happen. You know, if he doesn't release me, he doesn't release me. There's nothing I can do about it.
Well, you know, then again, they can't do the surgery if you don't have your strength up, you know. If you're losing weight, you know, so, you know, it's a catch-22.
Exactly.
You know,
I mean, I look at it this way. I look at, did I do the right thing by having all these procedures and tests and having gone for the surgery? I mean, I was living life not even knowing that I had this disease because my whole life they didn't test me for it. I mean, when I was younger, I did have problems, but they never foresaw it as Crohn's until I had the colonoscopy back in September. Again, you know, I've said before, I'm a medical mystery according to my doctors because I didn't have signs or symptoms. And now that I had the surgery, I'm losing all this weight. I mean, I wasn't a fat person to begin with, but the amount of weight that I lost within the past 6 weeks is not good.
No, not if you're losing it in a certain span of time, you know.
Right.
Like that. If you were losing it over months, it's a different story, you know.
Right.
Well, it depends also why
I certainly hope, you know, I certainly hope that, you know, you get it in check, you know. I mean, otherwise you'll whittle away to nothing, you know.
Exactly. Which, once, you know, I've had a problem where I was diagnosed as borderline anorexic. I think I was 31 when it happened. So I just, you know, I'm watching what I eat too, because there are certain things that do bother me, and I'm supposed to be on a low fiber diet. I don't even know what a low fiber diet consists of.
Well, I guess you got to go online and see what foods have a lot of fiber and then just stay away from them, you know?
True. Well, again, since I'm going to the surgeon tomorrow, I'm going to ask him, and I'm going to say...
Yeah, why don't you know, he could send you a diet, you know.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask him tomorrow if he can give me some kind of diet that I need to follow. And maybe the diet that he gives me will give me some weight back. I mean, listen, I don't want the weight back, believe me. I mean, I don't want to... I'm not saying that I want to be, you know, 100 and...
No, you want to look healthy is what you want to do, you know.
Exactly. Because all my friends and everybody are telling me the same thing. They look at me, they're like, you look so different. I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, we see it in your face. Even my mother said it to me on Sunday. She was like, you look very thin.
You should go with the usual. Tell them you changed your hairstyle and your hair color. You know?
Yeah.
That's what everybody says. I'm bald, and that's what I used to tell them. They said, oh, you lost weight. I said, yeah, I took a haircut. I lost weight. You know?
Now, I really want to get my strength back. 'Cause I really want to. I mean, I want to get back into my routine of going to work. I mean, I'm bored out of my brain. I also want to travel. I can't travel. I was supposed to go away. I couldn't.
Yeah, no, while you're under a doctor's care and everything like this,
Exactly. And I just found out that my father-in-law is not doing too well. So, like, I want him to at least see Samantha one last time. I mean, if I can't bring her, then Scott's going to have to bring her. I'll let him take her down to Florida so his father can see her.
Well, I think since you're not in any condition to really do some serious travel, I think you should let him do that. You know?
I mean, maybe for Father's Day, like, let him go down for Father's Day weekend. If he can get the time off, just take her down.
Yeah, I think they would enjoy that. And, and it doesn't hurt you scoring brownie points with your ex-husband, like that. I mean, it keeps things on an even and smooth keel,
Mm-hmm. Well, I always told him, I was like, no matter whatever happens, you are her father, and whatever differences we have, I'm not going to put that in between the relationship of you and your daughter.
Right.
And honestly, he really surprised me this weekend because he actually paid at the last second. He paid for her communion party.
Very
And
nice.
I was like, where'd you get this money? He's like, don't worry about it. He says, let her have a party. And I said, okay. I was like, well, since you're paying for the whole thing, come to your daughter's communion. It says,
Okay,
you are
Actually, I mean, none of my business, but you should have been there anyway.
Well, it was. We were going back and forth with it. I told him he can come, then I told him we couldn't because we were fighting. Then we made up again, and then we were talking, and then I said, you know what, you got to come. No matter whether he paid or not, I would have had him there. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime thing. It was a beautiful, beautiful day, except for the weather, of course. But I mean, she looked incredible. I mean, he cried, I cried. It was just amazing. She looked like a little bride. All these kids looked so cute.
Well, they're all wearing white, I mean, hey. Felix tries to get away with that, on Sunday.
What's that? Wearing white?
Except his communion suit doesn't fit him anymore. He tries to squeeze into it, but doesn't seem to do any good,
Now you said your mother didn't come.
No, my mom didn't come.
For the religious
She
reasons?
wanted nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, look, she's Jewish. You were brought up Jewish. Now you're not Jewish anymore, so I can understand her.
No, she came to her christening 7 years ago. She didn't come to the church, but she came to the reception. She came to the party. The problem that my mom has is that I invited my aunt. I invited friends. I invited family. And I got close again with my aunt, who's her twin sister, and they don't talk. Now, I wasn't going to tell her.
That's always a problem. You don't have to go any further than that.
Right.
No.
Now, I wasn't going to tell her that she was coming, but Samantha told her that she was coming. So my mother was like, I'm not coming. And I know my mother. Even if she would have came, she would have walked right out. And I wasn't going to have any scenes. I didn't want any complaints or anything. So it was best that, she didn't come. And besides, my mom's not doing well either. She said to me the other day she couldn't even get out of bed. So, I mean, it worked out for the best. And she and Scott don't get along either, so I didn't want any confrontations or anything like that. It was Samantha's day, And,
Let it be her
I
day.
didn't want her getting upset.
Of course, if it's her day, let it be. Sometimes you just gotta
Exactly.
sometimes let
Right.
things go.
Exactly.
It's unfortunate, but that's the way it's
Oh.
gotta be.
You know,
Mhm.
it's the more you when it comes to families, there's always that problem with families. There's always this one doesn't talk to that one, or this one will come as long as the other one doesn't show up.
Right.
And it's very difficult, very difficult. You know,
It's true.
and it ruins a party. It really does. Ruins a party.
No, it does. Absolutely. And like I said, I don't want to ruin anything for her. Yeah, she woke up Saturday morning. She was so happy. She couldn't wait to go get her hair done and then come home and get changed and get into her her little dress, and go over to the church. I mean, I never saw my kid like light up as much as she did on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. And how old is she now?
Well, the next big 9.
Huh?
She's 9, right?
No,
10?
she's 7.
7.
Mm-hmm. We
Oh.
made communion at 7. In second grade,
Okay.
they made communion.
That's right. I remember when we did baseball. All the boys were making communion.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
I told her at the end of the night, because her headpiece that she wore, I mean, besides the veil that we had to get her, I wanted to get her a nice headpiece, but they're a lot of money. And I was like, you know what? She can wear what I wore at my wedding. So I gave her my tiara. We used that, and it was perfect. So I told her, I said, in 9 years, you'll get this again to wear for your Sweet 16. We'll save more money.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I mean, if she wants a Sweet 16, you got to start planning and saving now, because they are very expensive.
Well, I was going to say the next big party they can have will be her Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's
So hopefully she won't want one, and she'll want to go away, and that'll save some money.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe she'll want to go away somewhere you like to go.
Yeah. But again, it's up to her. Whatever she wants, she'll get.
Spoken like a true mother, a good parent. You kind of drop little hints. Puerto Rico's nice. This place is nice, but there's nothing like London in the summer or something like that. If you want to go to London, or as long as she doesn't select any place in the Middle East,
Right. Well, actually, Scott and I were talking. Even before our separation and all, we always said that we were going to take her to Ireland. And because the two of us have been to Ireland, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And we thought that maybe we would take her. So I'm.
Felix went to Ireland. Every stone that he saw, he kissed. He thought it was the Blarney Stone.
Oh God!
And there was plenty
I
of them
knew
around.
something like that was coming.
And then when he got off the plane, the stewardess gave him a shovel, and he says, "What's this for?" And she said, "Well, you want to find your pot of gold, don't you? Start digging."
And I'm still looking for it. I kept it, and I'm still looking for it.
That's right. Every time there's a rainbow, Felix is chasing the end of that rainbow.